your values drive your behavior.
Yeah.
Whether that's behavior which gets you to positive results or behavior which gets you to negative results. But it does drive your behavior, and that's an important thing to bear in mind. Yeah. Let's take it a bit further into the so what. So, looks like we all agree that there's some difference between men and women leaders, perhaps not huge, but there are some. So, what does it mean for the glass ceiling? Now, I've done a piece of research a few years ago which shows that most leadership development organization is based on male role models. How to behave like the successful men which we have seen in our organization in the past. And I call that the men and women are alike trap. So there's an implicit assumption that men and women are the same, and therefore you can apply the same criteria to them when it comes to what is good leadership. And as they, unfortunately, are not always the same, the result is that women leaders get forced to comply with a behavioral framework that doesn't suit them. It's more suited to men than to women. And we have seen that, and again, this week there was an important case in the news. The New York Times just fired their executive editor, so the boss of all the journalists, and they were very happy recently when she was nominated that they finally had a woman to take that top job. And this week she was fired. Why? Because she was considered too bossy and too pushy. So again, a woman who fell into this trap and behaved in a way which what she was expected to behave, but did not fit because she was a woman.
Can I just, sorry, I've got a funny story.
But okay, this is about behavior. So where then, if you get into a framework which is not yours, it does not lead to success. And the question I am asking now, looking at, I don't have the full answer yet, but that's also a discussion. So is leadership succession also based on real models? And to come back to the question Annette asked this morning, the question you get asked, what type of leader are you? And that's typically the question that's being asked to you in general when you're being up for a leadership position, and particularly in a top leadership position. What type of leadership, or in other words, what values do you have? And if you then give the wrong answer, the answer doesn't fit the frame you're looking for, you're not going to get the job. So, and I'm saying, and so the question is, are we also looking here with a filter that does not fit everybody? So is there the men and women have the same values trap that organizations apply? Which means that are women leaders implicitly expected to adapt values, or some values, that are more typical for men in order to fit in what is expected of a top leader? So, for the last 5 minutes, we'll do it in group, to do it in the ring. So, to get to the top in your organization, are some values implicitly more important than others? Or to put it another way, all values are equal, but some values are more equal than others, if you want to get to the top. And what does that say about the glass ceiling in your organization? So, what do you think? Yes, about the point, will things change over time? Yes, they will. And they are changing over time. However, if you look at the figures, the speed by which it changes, then it will take another 100 years at least for the top level boss to be gender balanced. Not sure whether we want to wait for that and perhaps not help these current decision makers to have a bit of a wider view about the differences when it comes to behavior, but also when it comes to values. So on that, I'm giving back